Um, so the vets, they reported today. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement down there. I think all the guys, they had really good off seasons. They all looked in great shape. Came in exactly how you would expect them to. So yeah, they're really excited. We're really excited to get going. Um, I think definitely build off the momentum from last year and put the work in. Go earn it and go have some fun doing it. I know all the guys are excited down there and they're ready to get rolling. I'll start with like a few transactions. So this will be today. So non-football injury, Bobby Brown. Uh, he was working out. He hurt his hamstring a little bit. So I don't really have a timeline on it, but hopefully he's back sooner than later. All you guys know about J.C. Horn cutting his toe. That's doing good. I think that'll be a matter of days. So nothing long term there. Everybody knows physically unable to perform would be Icky and Turk Wharton. You guys know about their injuries. They're both doing really well, attacking the rehab process, looking really good, making a lot of progress. So we're really pleased with where they're at. Non-football illness, Taylor Moton. All you guys know about that as well. Doctors are taking really good care of him. He's doing great. He's in a good place, being well taken care of. He's going to be around the team. He's got a lot of support from in the building, teammates, doctors. So he's doing really well. And then we waived non-football injury Jalen Gilbo, who was an undrafted rookie that we had. So that's all the transactions. With that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Uh, just to clarify, Jalen isn't waived. He's waived with like an injury designation.
Yeah, it's a non-football injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he were to clear waivers, he would go back to the NFI, or is he not subject to waivers?
Yeah, he wouldn't be. Yeah, he wouldn't be on our roster. Yeah.
In regards to Turk, I know you don't want to say a timeline, but what positive signs have you seen from him during his rehab part?
Yeah, he's making progress every single day. Of course, I don't have a timeline on it. The neck injuries, you got to be really careful with them, and he knows that we're going to look out for his health first and foremost. But he's doing really well, making a lot of progress, and we feel optimistic about him getting back, during the season at some point, hopefully sooner than later.
I know it's a different training staff, but what did you learn about the DJ Wanham situation with the blood clots that kind of gives you perspective with Taylor?
Yeah, those things they're scary, and I think when you talk about those type of things and any injury, the player's health is the most important thing to us. You can throw the football to the side, at that point. So we were just concerned about him, and he's in a good place, doing really well now, which we're really happy about, obviously. So he's in good spirits.
Dan, could you tell us how the JC injury happened and then how you guys or how Taylor discovered his situation?
Yeah, I think JC was just, running. I don't think he had shoes on. He'll be able to probably explain it to you a little better when you talk to him. But, just cut his toe a little bit. Got some stitches in the toe. Nothing that's really a big deal that's going to keep him out. Nothing we're concerned about. And then who was the other?
How did Taylor's situation develop and how did he become aware of it and you guys?
Yeah, I think like right there at the end of June, we, I got a call about it, and you can talk to him a little more in detail about the whole situation and how it transpired. But once we heard about it, we obviously, our doctors took good care of him, and we attacked it quickly. They did a great job, and again, he's in a really good place right now.
How do you anticipate handling that right tackle position?
Yeah, I think, Coach Canales will talk to you tomorrow, but I'll just kind of lay the groundwork a little bit. Monroe is going to be at right tackle. We're going to leave Rashid at left tackle. We have Stone Forsyth. We just re-signed Brady Christensen, who can play both sides. We got some undrafted rookies that we're excited about, so I think we'll be covered there. We feel good about it, and I know Timo will definitely support Monroe there at right tackle and teach him all he knows. So yeah, we feel good about it.
And how daunting to go into camp and the season actually without your starting two tackles from last year?
Yeah, I think that's why I think depth, it matters so much in this league. And drafting Monroe and taking the best player available, it happened to be a tackle. Worked out really well for us. So we feel really good about him. We're confident in him, and I know he's going to attack it, and he's going to be out there competing.
It appeared like you guys were going to bring him along slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Dave talked about that during OTAs and minicamp. What are the challenges that he's going to face, you guys as an offense, as that development gets expedited?
Yeah, I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to go out there. Nothing's perfect, and, nothing's perfect with veteran guys either. So I know what Monroe's made of. He's a competitor. He's super smart. He's going to go out there. He's going to attack this thing, and we have full confidence in him.
Dan, when you
Those
were
guys
still
playing. Jordan came in as a rookie, left tackle all his career, starts on the right that first year. What's the biggest thing about that switch from one side to the other from your standpoint, and how do you think Monroe's equipped to handle that?
Yeah, I think, first and foremost, it's on the other side. So, you're kicking differently. You're using your post hand is going to be a little different than it is on the left side. So there's, some little things that he's going to have to get used to. But, he's a young, moldable rookie, a guy that's going to come in here. He's coached really well by Joe Gilbert. Joe will do a great job with him. We have full confidence in him. We have full confidence in Monroe, and they're going to attack it together. And I know Monroe's going to put the work in, and I feel good about it.
Dan, with the injuries you got on the defensive line, what type of feedback have you gotten from coaches and maybe veteran players about Lee Hunter from OTAs and heading into the summer?
Yeah, a lot of good feedback. Just talking to some of our starting linemen that went against him. Obviously, we're not in pads during OTAs and minicamp and stuff like that, but definitely got a lot of good feedback on how strong he is, how physical he is. He's quick off the ball. He's quicker than you think. He's more mobile than you think. So a lot of good feedback, and another young rookie that we're excited about. Looking forward to seeing him compete out there.
Dan, do you got an update on Icky? I mean, I know you guys kind of been, haven't really given a date when beginning of the season, middle of the season, end of the season. Is there anything you can help us with?
Yeah, I don't have an update on that. What I will say is Icky's really attacked this. He's in a really good place. The doctors are, the training staff, the doctors, they're really feeling good about where he's at right now. It's just a credit to Icky and who he is, attacking this rehab, not putting his head down and sulking. He's attacked it head on, and really proud of him and where he's at right now.
Would it be safe to say that you have some optimism that he might play this season?
Yeah, there's definitely some optimism. Again, timeline-wise, I don't have that, but we'll see where it goes.
And you mentioned Taylor was going to be able to be around. How important is that? Is his presence here, and how important has it been for this team? Sort of that consistency.
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran guy that, he bleeds Panther blue. He's a guy that, having him around, even if he's not out there playing, he's invaluable for Monroe, to be in the room with him, to talk to him, to be out on the practice field with him and talk him through things, and just give him teaching lessons on what it's like to be a rookie and the challenges, and it's bigger than football, if you want to say. It's, just life lessons that he can kind of give him.
Cooks in the kitchen when it comes to receiving room. How do we feel about the offseason work from Xavier and Chris Brazel and guys like that?
Yeah, really good. Really proud of Xavier, the way he's attacked this offseason. He's in great shape right now. Just really excited where he's headed. He's in a great headspace. he's looking forward to going out there competing, and I'm looking forward to seeing him out there competing as well. Same thing with Chris Brazel. He's really attacked this offseason as well, just working out hard every day. Looks great right now, is in great shape. Just looking forward to the competition out there in general. With every position group, I think there's going to be a lot of competition.
Dan, did you have, speaking of Leggett, yeah, I mean, he lost his job, I guess, last year, you can say. Did you have to sit down and talk with him and give him a vote of confidence at any point, or talk to him about, you know, what you're expecting out of him?
I talked to him. I didn't have to give him like a pep talk or anything. Like, Xavier's a competitor. You know, Xavier wants to be great. He's put the work in to be great. We have confidence in him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him out there compete.
About him earlier, but we all know Brady can play all 5 spots. What were those conversations like to still keep him in the mix and stay in touch, and obviously, you know, bring him back now and kind of have a lot more depth now just given these injuries?
Yeah, Brady's versatility, I mean, it's huge. He can play all 5 spots. You know, talking with him and communicating him just throughout the process, talking to him last season, talking to him throughout the offseason. We did a really good job of staying in touch with him. And, you know, when the time that he did get healthy, you know, we felt like, hey, let's go get this guy. Let's bring a guy in that we know can play high-level football at any of those positions. So it was really an easy thing to do.
Recently retiring, did that come out of left field to you guys? Is there a plan to bring in a 4th quarterback just to have somebody to kind of, you know, take some of the reps off of Haynes in the preseason games?
Yeah, no plans right now to bring a 4th guy on, but, you know, obviously wish Will and his family the best. You know, in terms of his career, you know, just playing as long as he did, and just wish him the best moving forward.
Dan, you have largely resisted stating expectations prior to seasons, but with the fact that the Panthers hosted their first playoff game in 10 years, is it possible to resist expectations going into this year, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're never going to shy away from expectations. You know, we have high expectations ourselves, in the locker room, in the building. You know, our ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl, to bring a championship back here to the Carolinas, in this city, and in this building, a Super Bowl trophy. So, yeah, we're not shying away from any of that. We have high expectations ourselves. We're going to hold ourselves to a high standard, and we're going to go earn it. And you earn it by going every day in training camp, every practice, giving it your all, getting better every single day. And our players, you know, they're ready to go.
In years past, you guys have kind of shelved Andy during some practices, some of the preseason. What are your expectations for how you're going to use Kenny, especially now that you only have 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think that's probably a better question for Coach Canales when you talk to him tomorrow. I'm sure, you know, Coach is going to want to play him, but you should probably talk to him about that tomorrow.
Piggybacking on Alex's questions, this is a franchise that hadn't had a ton of playoff appearances over the years, and not a ton back-to-back. How important will it be to kind of capitalize and roll forward with last year's momentum that really energized this fan base?
Yeah, I don't know that we have our goals. You know, I think I stated that, like, we want to win the division. We want to win a championship. Like, that's the ultimate goal. But we're really focused on what's in front of us, and camp's in front of us right now. This is where you go earn it right now. And our players know that, our building knows that we got to put the work in. If we want to get to where we want to go, we got to put the work in, and that's what we're going to do here in training camp.
Last question. You and Brant, Dave, Baldwin, you know, have said, you know, we're taking this thing slowly, we're building for the future, we're not going to, you know, try and build too fast, and we're just, what gives you the most optimism that things are headed in the right direction when you look at the roster, when you look at things, perhaps, what gives you the most?
Yeah, I think if you look at our roster, I feel like our depth has gotten a lot better, our talent has gotten a lot better. And I think the culture in the locker room and in the building, I think, is in a really good place right now. we're headed in a really good direction. But like I said, like everybody in the building knows that if we're going to get to where we want to go, we got to go earn it every single day out there on the practice field. We got to put the work in. We got to do the extra. Our players know that. Our staff knows that. And we're ready to go and attack it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Good to see you guys.